I've just got this present, how do I look? Have you ever wanted to be on the same studio as Whitesea? Well, now you can. Virtually. Without him. Lewitt has released their first plugin, Space Replicator, which not only replicates spaces, but also speakers and even headphones. Now, this is a company that's close to my heart because they gave me this beautiful microphone, but they have no say on the content of this video. They only give me a license so I can test the plugin. You may already know this type of plugins, like Acustica Siena or Waves NX, or the software that comes with Slate VSX. Some people like them, others hate them, but the truth is, they can help you get better mixes, not because they are replicating like a professional studio, but because they let you test your mixes or audio or whatever in different environments. That's why you can see on the spaces, it's not only about the studio, but also a car or a kitchen with a mono speaker or even a club. But let's take it slowly. Now, before we continue, of course, as always, I will ask you to give a like to the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So this plugin is built for headphones. It will kind of correct the frequency response of your headphones, and then it will apply the space replication. That way, I think that supposedly it doesn't matter the headphones you have, you are going to hear the same result as any other person, or at least a close result. The ones that I have are this Sennheiser HD560S, and well, it's here on the plugin. But the thing is, it's not only about professional headphones, it also has the profiles for Apple products, for Beats, Bose, Skullcandy, and many more. Now, does that mean that you can now mix with any headphone using this plugin? Well, I think that this plugin is more like a reference rather than a replacement. But sadly, I don't have any other headphone besides my Sennheiser, so please, if you have them, test this plugin and let me know in the comments if you can hear a difference or if the result is good or not. Now, there's a difficulty while testing these plugins because if you're not using the same headphones as the response of the frequencies may not be as good as I'm listening. So you just have to trust me on this one. Now, of course, as a YouTuber and someone that watches a lot of videos, the first thing that I did was to test Whitesea Studios, because I'm very curious to have an idea on what Whitesea listens to. I don't know if you could hear that, but the frequency response, especially of the snare and the kick, changes completely. I mean, it's the same sound, but it's almost like it has a different color. Of course, with headphones, it sounds too perfect, and when you listen with speakers, the result is going to be different. I mean, the sound is going to react to the room, even if it's well treated. But still, because of that, I'm not sure if I will use this on my master bus to make mixing decisions. But again, as I said at the beginning, these plugins are more for reference. So after you make a decision, you can use this to see if it's going to sound good in other contexts. Now, we have 2 studios from Lewitt and also 2 studios from Vienna Synchron. So we have 2 different flavors of studios to test the different sounds that we're making. And in fact, in many of these studios, you can actually choose different speakers. The speakers are not only different models, but also different positions. Now, what's very interesting are the car or the TV room, the kitchen, and the club. And now that I think of it, we use telephone or megaphone effects on music, so sometimes it could be very fun to experiment with, I don't know, a car effect. Now, even if it's called Space Replicator, it actually has headphone profiles that you can use. Honestly, I'm not sure which headphones are these emulating. Let me know if this is just the name or it's suggesting anything else. But this is pretty interesting if we consider again that we can choose non-professional headphones for the input. Now, there's one last feature that I find very interesting because all of these plugins are based on headphones that you own, but here you can actually build your own binaural profile. That means how you personally perceive sound. And it seems that for that, it's as easy as making a test, so then you get your own binaural profile. I haven't done this before, so let's do it right now. Okay, so we choose the headphones. Then it says you will listen to an ideal stereo setup, choose the sound file that most accurately reflects the stereo image you will expect based on the image, okay? Choose the sample that provides the optimal stereo image you will expect from a real room with an ideal loudspeaker setup, not too narrow, not too naturally wide, other sound characteristic can be ignored. Okay, this is hard. Give me a moment, my beanie is distracting. So it gives you 3 options of binaural profiles that you can finally choose based on your answers. I think it sounds better, but I think I have to do it again because I need to take more time. And right now I'm recording, so I did it a little bit fast. But anyway, the thing is, it's very interesting that it lets you build your own binaural profile because, as I said, even if we have the same headphones, we listen differently because humans are different. So if you want more optimal results, of course, you have to build this so the response that you have adapts better for your needs. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed by this plugin. I gotta say that it's very fun to use and experiment with. I will be using it for referencing in the future. It's a nice way to make sure that your music translates into different systems. What makes this stand out the most is the amount of different headphone profiles that you can choose and the binaural profile maker. Now, is this something that you need? Well, maybe you're already used to working with headphones. In that case, you can continue doing that without missing this plugin. But it's also a very nice way to test what you're doing and have a better idea on the sound that you want to build. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time and bye bye.